Just delivering the newspaper.
I'm just having my coffee.
So welcome to Tasmania.
Yeah, thanks.
This is what the trip's going to be like.
Started off the trip with a little bit of a mishap.
Yep.
Tim was waiting for me and he checked his back diff and there seemed to be a bulge in it. Later to find out, something's not right. It's broke.
Proudly supported by Ultimate 9, Tread, Opus Campers, Superior Engineering, and in part by...
Hey everyone, quick interrupt to this episode to remind you that we are running the giveaway currently for our Opus OP4 camper trailer that you would have seen that we've been using for the last 12 months in quite a few of our videos. So enter by purchasing a shirt, hoodie, or one of our promotional packs. All the details are there, tylerthompson.com.au, along with the terms and conditions. And yeah, grab yourself an item, enter the competition, win yourself one of these awesome Opus camper trailers. We'll deliver it to you. Did I say that already? I forget. Alright, back to the episode. So we are back in Tasmania, round 2. This time I brought Demi and Zeph. We flew down yesterday, back here. Tim's had the GQ. He spent the last 3 months fixing and repairing it after the last trip. But yeah, we come back for another 10, 11 days down here. Gonna try and tick off all the stuff we didn't do last time. Got in yesterday afternoon, did grocery shopping, got ourselves sorted. We were just about ready to take off this morning. Tim was doing a few last minute checkovers on his patrol. And well, yeah.
Yeah, I was just having a look at around, because I've obviously just recently put long arms in, and yesterday when I was turning out of one of the car parks, I felt something weird, and so I was just having a bit of a look over it to make sure everything was tight. And I just looked at the rear diff pumpkin, and I could see, if you can zoom in there, there's like a bulge here.
Yeah.
So I thought about to check out what's going on, and so I just dropped the oil, and this is what came out of it.
So that's your bottom thing onto your diff where you drain the oil from, and it had metal all over that everywhere, and some...
Allen keys.
Yeah, and you think they're from the locker.
Yeah.
So potentially didn't get done up tight enough.
It's my fault. Yeah, I've had it apart before because early on in the mix of having an e-locker, I had voltage issues, like the relay was a bit dicky with it. Sometimes it half engaged and it burred the engagement dog in the e-locker. And so I had it one day to inspect it, and I don't think I Loctited those back in, obviously.
And they've worked their way loose over the last 12 months or whatever. And they've now spent the last few weeks going round and round with your diff.
Making metal mints.
Yeah, and they've probably meshed up your crown wheel and that. So the diff still works at the moment, but given the amount of metal in it, it probably doesn't have long left.
Yeah.
So you're going to swap it out because you've got a spare in your shed.
Yeah.
So we're going to pull this rear diff out and swap a centre before we head off this morning.
Yeah.
1 hour job.
1 hour job, mate. What's the time?
The time is 10:27.
Alright, let's see what time Tim's done.
No matter what time we finish, we should just say it's 11:27.
So far, jacked the car up, pulled the rear tyres off, drained the oil. And now, there's a quick method for dropping these rear axles, like pulling them out so you can get the centre out on the patrols, isn't there?
I don't take the calipers or anything off, or the shields or anything. All you do is undo 6 bolts behind here, and then the whole thing will, you'll just get enough stretch in the brake lead to just sort of hang them outside so you can pull the centre out.
Yeah, okay. So welcome to Tassie.
Perfect.
This is the daily with us.
This is the romantic trip, this one.
Yeah.
Romantic between you and your car.
So this first episode, we'll do a bit of a rear diff swap in Tim's driveway, show how it's done. Probably just put this as a midweek episode. And then the first of this next Tassie series will be out this Sunday. The plan for this one is pretty much try and do everything we didn't do last time. So we're going to do the East Coast, going to do Jeep track, Weir track, Mount Stronach, Bridport to Bellingham, Dunes. Bit of scenic stuff with Demi. She wants to go to the lavender farm. I know everyone was dying to see that. That was the top comment I got from the last series. We loved the trip, but why didn't you show the best part of Tassie, the lavender farm? So we're going to be back with touring in the GQ.
You're welcome, nav lovers.
No nav, just touring in the GQ. And changing diffs. And what are you going to do? Stand around and watch and enjoy coffee from the world's best coffee cup.
It actually is really good. Has a good little sippy bit.
So while Demi and I have been standing there talking, Tim's already, so he undid those bolts, slid it out, so obviously you can see the brake line there enough so that you can get that out far enough, So it then pulls that axle out of that center in there, so he'll be able to pull the center out. Have you undone the other side yet, Tim?
Just undoing it now.
So now those axles are out, undo that tail shaft.
Well, probably one of my least favourite jobs, get the tail shaft out. Now we just got to do those diff bolts around the edge.
Just before this trip, Tim put some new remote race shocks from Superior in. They're big 7-inch ones, but huge flex. And he installed their hydro bumps as well. And the long arms are down the back. So if you want to see Superior long arm and hydro bump install, on Timmy's channel.
Heck yeah.
Mate, shout out to Timmy.
Shout outs for Timmy. It's going to suck not having that locker if I have to take it out. Lucky I've got a parts car sitting over there.
Yeah, what, my GQ?
No, the other GU. The bad one.
Tim has a 4.2 single cab GU here, which he mostly just currently uses as a parts car. Pulls things off it to keep the GQ on the road.
I was actually anticipating having to do this job shortly because I've had, like, if you see all like the diff oil sprayed around under here, that's this seal here. And so I bought that seal, I bought a new diff gasket, and I actually bought a new engagement gear for the e-locker. So I was going to be taking that apart. I just never really got around to it. I should just walk along like that. Yeah, there they are. Look at that. They're all sheer. That's pretty wild, eh? So this end cap here is what picks up this axle. I better check that axle. And it's held together with like maybe 10 or 12 Allen key bolts. And these are the ends of all the bolts that are left over. See those? So they've all walked out.
So is there meant to be a nut on that end of them?
No, that's the head of a bolt. They've snapped every head.
Yeah, right. You can see snapped one in there.
Oh no.
Those have come out and then just gone through other things.
Well, yeah, I reckon they've walked their way out, and then each head's just been taken off on this.
Yeah.
Or like, you know, whatever it's actually, you can see there. That's what they've been hitting. They've just been wiped out one after the other on this thing.
Oh yeah. Is the locker going to be okay?
As long as I can get those broken bolts out.
So what's the best plan at this point after you've seen this damage?
I do have another rear center in the garage, but I might just whip this out quickly and I'll just see what I'm looking at.
Yeah, okay. Do you want to do a time update? 10:27 we started. What's the time there?
10:27 we started. 10:44 is the time now.
And the rear diff's out. Phase 2, reinstall.
So that's just come apart.
So that was just like flapping around in there.
I'm lucky I didn't mash the spider gears. Oh, that's only happened recently. There's one broken in there. Oh, that's pretty good.
So that's the one that's broken in. The rest are just like winded out. So where's the rest of those bolt heads that go on them?
Mint.
Minced up in there.
Yeah. Yeah, so they go through these holes and screw into this. And so hopefully these threads are okay.
Yeah, well, they've just wound out.
Yeah, well that's what it looks like, eh? I reckon I'll be able to get it with vice grips.
Yeah, okay.
Just like one turn at a time. That's sat a long time with water in the diff. Realistically, I could just put a bunch of new bolts in, Loctite this time, and then put the diff back in. The pinion and crown wheels toast, like they're gonna whine, but I think I'll get through this trip and I'll have a locker.
I can't even really see what's wrong with the pinion.
See the edge there at the top of my fingernail, right here?
Yeah.
See where the pattern ends?
Yeah.
It's just worn.
There's no actual like chunks out of it or anything.
Nah. That's why I'm saying it'll just whine.
Yeah, okay.
Lavender Farm, here we come.
Yeah, I'll be able to do skids at the Lavender Farm, not just single peggers.
Yeah. That's not meant to be there, hey?
Nah, that's those bolt heads.
Oh yeah, those bolt heads grinding along there.
No wonder there's none left.
Yeah, right. Will that affect anything, bud?
Nah, shouldn't do. The only thing, I'll probably need high tensile bolts, and now we've disabled my car.
Yeah. The Uber bolts.
I can't believe those spider, because that's what holds like all the spider gears together. I can't believe it's not.
Minced them up.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. And that's the engagement gear right there. I wonder if I should put that in yet, because I got a replacement one of these, because see the bird edges?
Yeah.
Do you reckon it's safe to put the new one in? I want to talk about e-lockers actually, because a lot of people say that they're bad because they disengage forward and back. Because in an e-locker, you've essentially got 3 places where the diff can lock. 1, 2, 3. And so people say that, you know, obviously when you're locking in one direction, it's going to take 2/3 of a turn to lock again when you change directions. That's what people say. But generally speaking, you've got enough torque bound up in the system that it holds it in its current dog. It won't actually slide back to the recent one. So yeah, the only issue I've ever had with e-lockers, and just to be very clear, this is my fault, the fact that it's broken this time. The only problem I've ever had with e-lockers is the wiring loom they included. I had a bad earth. Like when you push the relay into the socket, earth wasn't locked into the socket, and so it actually pushed the earth out. Yeah. And that's why this has happened. Yeah. Because it was like sort of locking, unlocking, locking, unlocking, and burying this, I think, and slipping.
So what you're saying, you're never impacted by the disengagement issue that like concerns some people?
Not just not impacted, I haven't noticed it. Like if I'm in a bog hole and I'm like clutch dropping third and then clutch dropping reverse back and forward, I've never seen an instance where I haven't had 2 wheels spinning. But yeah, anyway. Well, they're out, that's good.
So the only issue is we need those replacement bolts. Tim's currently disabled the departure point from his house. Yeah. My car's stuck in the backyard, so we don't know how we're going to get those bolts potentially. Wow, you got a couple of bolts there.
Done.
Oh, look at that.
They're security ones, mate, so no one can steal me spider gears.
Yeah, perfect.
So how many are there?
8, yeah.
I'm going to have all my mates messaging me. Oh, that is good. I think that shows how tough Nissan diffs are.
Yeah.
Imagine if it was a bloody Land Cruiser diff, mate.
Right, 8 bolts in there flying around for who knows how long. Barely damaged anything.
Nah.
Few little marks.
Just chucked a tantrum more than anything.
Yeah.
Chuck this back in, our job, good to go. See the difference?
Yeah. The old one's all like rounded and small.
Yeah, that was like, as I said, a voltage issue from the relay in the car, making the edges burr. And so I'm going to chuck the new one in while we're here. Again, as I said, this was all a job that I had on the list, but never got to it. I'll put new oil in there, so it'll have a less metal to diff oil ratio than I had before.
Yeah. You got to get those ratios right.
Yeah. Well, mate, you think of it, it had no spider gears clamped together before. It's going to be unstoppable now.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure these are high tensile. Like I only bought them because they were black to do the flares, but I'm pretty sure the black ones at Bunnings are like the high tensile ones. And if not, everyone on YouTube will tell me. And everyone on YouTube's also going to have to just ignore the fact that all this is filthy.
Yeah.
It's only going to get me to a few toury destinations in Tassie.
So they feel like they went in far enough to get some like tightness on them?
Yeah, I think I like definitely more than half of the bolt. And I mean, as long as it goes loose after this trip, who cares? They're patrol diffs, mate, not cruiser diffs. It'll probably just reassemble itself in there next time. I'm just gonna go as tight as I can until they feel like they're gonna strip, and then forward a bit more. But they got Loctite this time. I should have done it last time. I was stupid. Well, that was a little bit of a setback, Tyler.
Well, you got 6 minutes left to get it in under an hour job.
Oh, no, it doesn't count now. We were filming, things are going on.
Yeah.
Like, you can tell that it would have been an hour.
Yeah.
Can't you?
Yeah, of course.
Mate, if it was a Land Cruiser, it'd be trip over.
He's using the light to replace another light.
If this light was made by Ultimate 9, I wouldn't be having to fix it.
Yeah, that's right. So what's going on now? What are you doing?
I'm just about to check the backlash. It's the distance between the crown wheel and the pinion. It's basically basically. It's to allow enough oil between the mesh of it's this distance here.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So once that's set, you can start rebuilding it back together.
Yeah, put it back in the car.
So that's that diff rebuilt back together. Zeph's gone to sleep on me. He's had enough. He was waiting for the 1 hour job, but it's gone over.
There's another bolt there. Oh, here we go. There's a few of them. I'm so glad that I didn't ruin this.
The housing.
Yeah. And that's why you don't put spudgy on them, mate.
Much easier to clean.
Yep. That's ready to get a new dry gasket. And it'll never leak. There's going to be difficulty level lots. Our job, mate, what is it? Must be about 11:20.
He's hit an hour and 32 minutes.
Yeah, but come on, I was talking to the camera and... Thanks for the pliers, Tom. So I've got the rear diff in, tail shaft back on, I've got the E-locker plug back in, and I'm just doing up these axle flanges that you saw at the start again now. Tyres back on, get out of here, 1 hour job. We're coming up to 1 hour now, I think.
We asked the official time person here.
Oi, can everyone just side with me and the fact that I had to stop and talk to the camera and heaps of crap?
12:17 on the official clock.
I was also thinking, not only do I not have to do mechanical work, I just film. I don't even have to do the talking now. Tim just does the talking for me. I just stand here. The job's getting...
You get revenue off my freaking diff explode.
Yeah, this job's getting easier by the day, mate. That's what happens when you're the boss. Everyone around you does everything for you.
Doesn't seem like it's gone in far enough. Oh, maybe I've cross-threaded it. But that's alright. Cross-thread's as good as a Loctite, just once.
So that's it. Diff rebuilt. Official time is 2 hours and 12 minutes. That's it. Tim's got it back together. Filled up with oil. Take it for a little drive. Make sure it works. Nice, Zeph. You have fun? Have fun? Now our Tassie trip begins. Episode 1 coming this Sunday. The Lavender Farm. Mount Stronick. Bridport to Bellingham. I reckon that's going to be episode 1. That's over our next couple of days. We'll see what else we can destroy on this trip.
Wait for people in the comments, oh, it wouldn't happen if you bought a Land Cruiser. No, because it would have left me out in the bush 14 weeks ago if it was a Land Cruiser.
Yeah.
Whoa! We have a winner! That's both front tyres. He wouldn't have had yours together. Part of me. Only idiots pull them apart. And I'm a certified idiot. You gotta remember, I've got mechanical skills. My name's not Tyler Thompson.
I got mechanical skills.
I said Tyler Thompson, not Demi. I know it. Lovato.
You gotta make your own breakfast too, don't forget.
Zeph was asleep, but because we're building Zeph tough, rattle guns and all around him, woke him up. So mate, no sleeping around here.
Morning, Zeph!
Wake up.
Raise different voice.
Build different, Zeph.